Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Ed Franco, founder of When Daddy Cooks on Instagram and Franco Tax Solutions, your one-stop shop for tax prep and bookkeeping. We're back with another product review video. Once again, I'm reviewing Boston Scally Cap hats like the ones you saw back there in the previous video. Those are the single panel hats. Today I'll be reviewing the 8-panel and a 6-panel cap. And just like I said last time, this is not a paid advertisement. I purchased these hats or they were gifted to me. This is an unbiased video. With the first one, this was actually a Christmas gift from my wife. This is the Gridiron 8-panel Peaky style hat. I absolutely fell in love with this hat when I saw it on the website and I had to have it. And just like the Aficionado, it sold out in my size, so I was really bummed out. But fortunately, my wife was able to get them. So, 8-panel, you have brown herringbone, blue and gray wool. You have this green plaid. Then on top, of course, you have that leatherette material on the button and on the bill. This one has the custom logo inside, the Gridiron patch. I bought this cap, actually my wife bought this cap in a 2X, double XL, just like all of my caps. And last time I mentioned that the single panel were comfortable for me, but there was a variety of how they fit size-wise. Some of them I felt like had a little more fabric than others, but ultimately they were still comfortable. But these 8-panel caps, I feel like they are made for round, bald-headed men like myself because they absolutely hug the head in a way that's amazing. This style of hat is the most comfortable that I have come across. I feel like it just naturally hugs the head because of the shape of the hat, the 8 panels. The one thing, and it's not a complaint, it's just an observation. I did get all of these hats that I'm looking at today, that I'm showing you guys today in 2X. I wonder if getting a 1X in this style would make it a little less baggy on top, maybe a little less, fabric. They call it flop. So with like the old school, the more traditional, like Peaky hats, Scally hats, they have a lot of flop, the newsboy hats, if you guys remember that. I used to have a couple of those newsboy style hats when I was younger, and growing up in the Bronx, I'd get made fun of for wearing it, but I thought it was stylish. I had coats to go with them. I used to work in downtown New York City, and I was fresh to death. I didn't give a damn what my guys in the neighborhood said about the hats. But like I mentioned before, as I've gained weight, as my head size has increased, it became harder and harder to find hats that fit properly. But Boston Scally has solved that for me. They go up to a 3X from what I've seen on their site. So gentlemen, if you have a struggle finding hats that fit you, this might be the place for you. I love the fit. I love the look. This pretty much goes with every coat, every jacket for the fall that I have. Whether it's my navy blue pea coat or my gray wool overcoat or even my black field jacket, I can throw this on with anything. It's super comfortable, nice and cozy. It actually keeps the head warm. But like I said, I wonder if, and I saw somewhere on the website where I think these wool caps run a little bigger. So if you want a more of a snug fit, you would go down a size. But 2X is the equivalent of roughly 7 3/4, which is the size that I wear in fitted caps, fitted baseball caps. So I stuck with this, and I'm very happy with this purchase, this gift. Next up, This is the St. Patrick Peaky in Dorchester Green. I purchased this hat just recently. I saw this on the website. It has a traditional Boston Scally label inside. I saw this on the website and I just said, I've never owned a green hat, a solid green hat. It's just, this is amazing. I love, obviously, it's the Peaky style hat. Hugs the head nicely. It's very roomy. Has a little flap to it, but not too much. And if you notice, I am not adorning these with pins the way I did with the flat caps. I tried. I put pins on these. I have a bunch of pins besides my nerdy Star Wars stuff. I have other type of pins, like lapel pins that I used to wear on my sports jackets. But I feel like it didn't really complement it. Now, not to say that you can't wear a pin with these, but for me, I save my pins for the flat caps. I think those hats look a lot better with the pins. With these, I just want the hat itself to shine. I actually wore this hat the other day while I was running errands, the supermarket and stuff. And I ran into another gentleman who was wearing a Boston Scally cap. He actually had the green one with the plaid pattern with like little orange accents. I don't remember the name of that one. But we just kind of crossed paths at the butcher shop. We looked at each other, just nodded heads and kept walking. And then my wife looks at me and looks at the guy and she goes, "Another Scally guy?" Like, yeah, we're out here. But yeah, this hat is absolutely comfortable. I love the color. I love the look. The fit, I mean, it's on point. This is another one of their wool poly blends, which, yes, you can go 100% wool, but I feel like the blend gives you a little more flexibility. I feel like the hat just sits better and it doesn't feel stiff. I've had 100% wool hats in the past. I still have this cap. This is a pickup in Ireland, in Dublin. It's 100% wool, but it doesn't have the same level of like give as these hats that are blended. But once again, like I said, these wool, heavy knit hats tend to run a little big. So, and I would never wear these backwards, but just to show you, I feel like one of those like movie directors in Hollywood. This is how they wear their caps. It's ridiculous. But it feels like there's a lot of fabric here. But I actually have to steam this hat just to get that crease out from the fold. But still, I love the fit. I love the look. It stands out. These hats are very unique. Although, like the driver style cap, the flat cap is very common here in New York. This style is not as common. So I get a lot of looks. I get a lot of head nods when I wear these out in public. At the office, as soon as I walk into the office, it's one of those like they're head turners. They really are. Some people ask like, what kind of hat is that? Some people are just kind of like thrown off like, what the heck is he wearing? But either way, I love the look of it. I love the style. I think it actually suits my head better than just wearing a regular beanie cap in the winter or a baseball cap. These are so much more comfortable, and I'm actually looking forward to picking up some of the lighter weight stuff for the spring and the summer. So that was the St. Patrick Peaky in Dorchester Green. And now, for the crown jewel. Boston Scally, through all of their social media, started putting out as soon as the new year came in. And I learned my lesson from not picking up the special edition holiday caps during Christmas time. I said, I'm not going to sleep on this one. The moment it's released, I am picking it up. What I'm talking about is the Ace. This is a 6-panel cap. It has more of that like old school baseball old-timer hat. But hopefully you guys can see this. It has this amazing lining with the black spade all over it printed. And then you have the Ace of Spade logo inside the triangle. Even on the bill, it's there. This is my first 6-panel cap. If you notice, there's no button like the 8 panels. And it almost, like I said, it almost has a baseball cap style to it. Cut. This one was purchased in a 2X as well. It's roomy. It doesn't have as much flap to it as the 8 panels. But man, it is comfortable. It's so cool. It feels like, I think I've said this before, but it feels like those, like the Kango style hats that like the rappers I grew up listening to in the 80s and 90s used to wear. Slick Rick and the Notorious B.I.G. and, you know, all the different New York City 80s and 90s era rappers. It kind of gives that vibe of those hats that they would wear, which is why I started wearing those hats back in the 90s. But I'm very happy that I found this company making these scally caps, and I look forward to making more purchases from them. One of the cool things about purchasing this hat specifically, the Ace, was that because I grabbed it very early before they sold out, I got a deck of cards as a free gift. It's actually, I already started kind of messing around with it, playing solitaire. Pretty cool. Pretty cool thing they did there. I really appreciate getting a free gift with the purchase. It's something nice. Everybody likes some kind of swag. So that is my review for today. We have the Ace, which is solid black, with the custom lining inside, with the Ace of Spade everywhere. The St. Patrick Day Peaky in Dorchester green, which you know for sure I will be wearing this on St. Patrick's Day when I'm hanging out with my buddies at our local pub. And possibly my favorite cap, the Gridiron. Very happy my wife was able to find this for me in my size. No complaints here. And like I said, these tend to run a little big. So if you like a more snug fit, I would go down to, if you typically wear an extra 2X, I would go down to an extra large. But I know Boston Scally has like a good return policy, but I was actually very skeptical of ordering something and then having to go through the whole process of sending it back and getting a new product. I just wanted my hat. And it would be great if they had a storefront. Now, I know that they do have their offices and like a big warehouse out in Waltham, Massachusetts, which is one of the suburban towns surrounding the city of Boston. So I have to take a couple of trips up there to meet with clients. I'm hoping that one of these days, whether it's in March or April when I take my drive up to Boston, I can possibly swing by. And if you guys are listening and you're willing to let me try on some hats, I will be buying more. Thanks, guys. See you soon.